Shalom. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. This your brother Dawadah here at the Church of Birmingham, Alabama, coming at you with another lesson, Lord willing, is edifying. And all roads lead to the MOTB, which is that micro C-HIP. And as we continue to grow in prophecy every day, these things are going to manifest themselves more and more. Because this society is obviously moving to a digital way of life. Remember, it says in Daniel that knowledge shall be increased. In the last days, these things are going to occur. So now we have prisons offering a thing called Cognify, to where they will implant a chip in your brain where you will be able to shave years off of your sentence, and this brain chip, as they call it, will I believe take 7 years, off your sentence. It can also make you feel the victim's family's pain, things of that nature. All right. Now you also got a thing called Peloton, okay, that Donald Trump has already commissioned to what this certain data gathering group is going to start keeping all your information, and we can obviously see that's going to be the main hub or database for the MOTB, man. And it's all digital. So all these roads are leading to the micro C-HIP. Okay? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 1. I will climb up on my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There will I wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. Then the Lord said unto me, write my answer plainly on tablets, so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. And that's what we are doing. We're carrying the correct message to warn you of this micro C-HIP, to tell you do not take it. By any means, do not take this man's mark, because it's going to come to times where it's going to be very trying, very dangerous times, okay? And we're already in those perilous times, but things are going to grow in nature, when when the power's out and the food is scarce, and Esau is the only one who's be able to supply you those certain comforts that you once had. He's going to mandate you take his mark. And if you take his mark, you're going to be destroyed, man. But you see, start with our head apostles and elders. We've been carrying you that correct message. It hasn't deviated. And now you're seeing the fruit of that prophecy blossoming right now. Verse 3, it says this vision is for a future time. Right. The time that we're in now, man. This particular vision of the mark of the beast that John the Revelator saw is for this time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. And guess what? This prophecy is not being delayed. In fact, it's speaking more and more every day. Now I have 2 videos queued, you know, end up putting them in a collage, as it were. And this first video is going to talk about the Cognify prison, right? And we're going to get some information on that before we play that second video. So, listen up.
So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes. So the criminals is going to have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify. And the intent of it is to treat the criminal like a patient. They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money for health care, education. Also, they feel that it will be so many reformed people that doesn't commit crimes. Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think this is actually going to work, or do y'all think that they're creating something that they...
You see? Hey man, what scripture say? Though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick before we get this information. Because see, he's going to, as you seen in that video, man, he's going to put it in the guise of helping, you know. You'll never lose your ID, you know. You'll always have your medical information at hand, you know. Oh, you can serve years in a matter of 7 minutes and be right back out, you know. Hey man, we head to some crazy times, man. It's that Sirach chapter 12. I believe it's toward the end. Is that it? Yep. The one he had by Shah. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 16. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And this is an opportunity that Esau is going to take full advantage of. You know, you have that saying from a banker, the best time to buy is when it's blood in the streets, man. You know, it says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yeah, you can take this sea help, and we're gonna let you out the next day. You know, the procedure only takes 7 minutes. You know, you're gonna feel the pain of the victims. You're gonna feel the pain of the family, and you're gonna be fully rehabilitated. See? And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And that's what this devil going to eventually do, you know. When these people don't cower or bow down to this man's system through the way of his mark, he's going to change his countenance, man. You know, as the King Nebuchadnezzar did to the 3 holy children. You know, once they told Nebuchadnezzar that they're not going to bow down to this man, you know, It it sparked rage. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to go get that real quick because see, these things are gonna play out again. Let's change this to the KJV. Daniel 3. Just want to get a quick point, right? Yep. We're gonna start at verse 10. You know what? We'll start at verse 12. I'm gonna make it too long. Daniel chapter 3 and verse 12. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the providence, and these wicked ass people, man. You know, of these other nations, they came to Nebuchadnezzar, all right, talking shit basically. Why? Because they're jealous of our power choosing us, man. Basically, you know. Man, I want to get all of this. You know what? I'm gonna try and run through it. Daniel 3 and 8. Wherefore at that time there were certain Chaldeans. At that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. And you see how his vicious changed, man. He was enraged. Continuing on, Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do you not serve my gods, nor worship the image which I have set up? If ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? And see, we're gonna need Yahweh Shah to deliver us out of the hands of Esau in this time, man, because it's gonna get that critical, you know. It says Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said, O king, said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If so be, our power, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. You see that? So yeah, matter of fact, and this is the point right here. But real quick, you see how the three holy children were faithful unto death, man. You know, they had fully resigned in their mind that they were not going to worship these other gods. You know, It says, then Nebuchadnezzar was full of fury, and the form of his visage changed. And the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah, you see that? So yeah, Esau is getting ready to change his countenance, man. As we can read here in the account. Remember, scripture tells us things that are written aforetime was written for our learning. You know, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. So now, if anything should arise like that, you know, in the times that we're in, we're going to have hope that the Lord can deliver us, man. You know, it says, therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated. So he put the furnace, that fiery furnace, to an extreme level of heat, man. A extreme level of fire. You know why? Because they did not want to bow down to this man's gods, man. You know, and if you end up taking that mark of the beast, that RFID CHIP, you're gonna essentially bow down to this man and worship him. You know, the God of this world, as it were. Excuse me. Now, real quick, let's get a little bit of information on this Cognify prison, right? This is from the AI overview. Cognify is a concept for a future prison that uses AI and virtual reality to rehabilitate criminals by implanting artificial memories of their crimes from the victim's perspective, aiming to induce empathy and remorse. This approach is largely theoretical. Yeah, they saying it's theoretical, but you already got the government investing in this thing, man. Okay? It says purposes that prisoners could serve their sentences, see that, within minutes or days by experiencing these synthetic memories, potentially leading to faster rehabilitation and reduce recidivism, which I believe is, people keep going back into the jail, as it were, you know. But this devil is going to present this, and Lord willing, we're going to get the scripture to tie all of this in, you know, regarding that micro C here. Because scripture saying, I'm just going to put it out there, neither bond nor free, man, you know. And we're going to get that, Lord willing. Let's see if there's anything else in here. All right. Reducing recidivism rates. By fostering genuine remorse and empathy, Cognify aims to reduce the likelihood of re-offending. See that? Yeah, reduce the likelihood of you going back to prison, man. You know? And Esau gonna present this to certain jakes, man, who got a life sentence, and they gonna take it, man. You know? They gonna take that micro C here, which is gonna hold, you know, those memories, the health records, and also their financial records, man. You know, it's gonna hold all of that in there. But you see the road that these certain chips are being pushed forth, and database that we're about to get into, it's all leading to that micro C here, man. So let's play this next video.
Don't even know that they're creating. Y'all leave in the comments.
So this is an interesting article, but it says Trump taps Palantir to create master database on every American. And this was published on May 30th, 2025. There are other articles that talk on this too, like this one right behind me, which was also published on May 30th, 2025. So let's read a little bit about this article so we can get a little bit more information about what is allegedly going to happen. And just note that this is a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to, but this is definitely a possibility. Let's check it out. The phrase Trump taps Palantir to create master database on every American has become a flashpoint in the national debate over privacy technology and government power. As of May 30th, 2025, the Trump administration partnership with Palantir Technologies is no longer just speculation, it's a rapidly advancing reality. Recent executive actions and a surge in federal contracts have positioned Palantir at the center of a sweeping initiative to consolidate and analyze data on American citizens at an unprecedented scale. In March 2025, President Trump signed an executive directive that ordered all federal agencies to enhance data sharing. This move, while couched in the language of efficiency and security, has sparked widespread concern about the creation of a comprehensive registry of personal information, a so-called master database on every American. Behind the scenes, the Trump administration has systematically laid the technological groundwork for this vision. Palantir, a Silicon Valley powerhouse in data analytics, has emerged as the primary architect. In just the past few months, Palantir has secured over $113 million in federal contracts, not counting a recent $795 million award in the Department of Defense. The company's signature product is Foundry, is now being deployed across at least 4 major federal agencies, including the Homeland Security and other places like that. Palantir's technology is referred to as the engine of data integration. Here it says Palantir's software is uniquely suited for this kind of massive data integration. Foundry can ingest, organize, and analyze enormous volumes of structured and unstructured data, everything from spreadsheets and emails to social media posts and medical records. The system's power lies in its ability to merge disparate
Medical records. Keep that in mind.
Data sources into a single searchable platform, allowing government analysts to construct detailed profiles of individuals with just a few clicks. Down here it says recent negotiations have extended Palantir's reach even further. The company is in talks with the Social Security Administration and the Internal Revenue Service, aiming to bring their vast stores of personal and financial data into the fold. Oof. The ambition behind Trump taps Palantir to create master database on every American is not theoretical. The administration's actions point to a deliberate effort to centralize information on millions of U.S. residents. The widespread adoption of Palantir's technology can enable seamless integration of data from across the federal government, giving officials the ability to access comprehensive profiles on virtually anyone in the country. What an interesting thing to have the ability to pull up your information with just a few clicks, where it has everything about you right there. Just tap a button a couple times and everything about you is going to pop up.
See that? Your personal and financial data. See? All of that is going to be in there together, man. And for you guys who can't see this, the Lord has really blinded you real quick. Before we get a little bit more information on this Palantir, right? Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach chapter 39 and verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. You see? Well, this thing has been made plain. We read it in Habakkuk, make it plain upon tables, that the runner may carry the correct message. So the correct message is being pushed forth, but the Lord has blocked your understanding regarding it. It has not become a stumbling block unto you. Ultimately, the Lord wants you to end up taking this man Mark so you can be destroyed. You see? Now let's get a little bit of information on this AI overview. It says Palantir is a technology company known for its data analysis software platforms, particularly Gotham and Foundry, and the guy mentioned Foundry in this video, right? It says these platforms are designed to help organizations integrate and analyze large, diverse data sets to gain insight and make data-driven decisions. You see that? So yeah, if you end up going against anything in this man's system, they'll be able to cut your chip off, man. You know, the way you won't have access to your financial records. You know, you won't have access to your health records. You know, let's see. We start with our head apostle elders. We've been warning you. We've been telling you, man. You know. Now let's get this real quick. Let's go to Revelation. And we're going to continue to blow this trumpet, man. We're going to continue to warn. All we're doing is getting the blood off our hands. We don't care if you don't believe. If the Lord hasn't given you the mental faculty to understand this prophecy, He really wants to destroy you, man. Okay? Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark upon their right hand or in their foreheads. You see that? So you have these certain brain chips, you know. Wallet Moore, oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue with Elon Musk. Damn, what is that? Just reading about it. Hold on. Yeah, Neuralink. Yeah. Oh, you got all of these things now present themselves. Oh, you even got Apple developing a brain chip, man. You know? And you also have Cognify. You know, the Cognify prison is going to implant a brain C-hip, you know, that contains memories, all right, of victims and victims' family, you know, the how they felt about what was done to them, you know, their emotions, you know. See, everything, man, is leading to that micro C-hip. And if you can't see it, the Lord has truly blinded you. Now we can go into this word mark as we have before. That word is charagma, all right, which is the actual grain of rice that is being implanted into you, right? And the root word of the word charagma is charax, which is the delivery system. You know, it's the delivery system that needle that is used to implant the charagma. And you go into the root word of charax is grapho, which is the information, which is where we're going into now. The information is going to be implanted in that micro C-hip, you know. And you people who succumb, who bow down to this beast, should say you're going to be had in derision. And try to, let's grab that. So it's here, man. And it's speaking loud and clear. We don't care if you can't get it, man. When the Lord show it forth, you know, then you're going to know that a prophet have been among you. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse 68. It says, for the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. Yeah, you see that thing, that micro C-hip. Okay? Yeah, they're gonna put you in such a bad case that it's gonna force you people to succumb, man. Why? Because you don't possess the testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, that enables us to understand the report, you know, and hope in the Lord's mercy. You know, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. You see that? So it's not going to be a benefit for you to take this man's C-hip, whether it's the brain C-hip or the one that go in your hand. It's not going to be a benefit unto you. In fact, it's going to lead directly to your death. Okay? Let's go back to Revelations 13. Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Yeah, that free and bond goes in the ones who are actually free and the ones who are in prison, man. You see that? As we looked at the video regarding Cognify, you know, those Cognify prisons, you see? It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is all connected together, man. You know, if you take this man mark, you're basically bowing down to him. You know, you're saying you want to continue in this man's system. Okay, now again, it's a judgment. You know, let's get it. Revelations chapter 14 and verse 9, and as you see in the header, doom for the worshipers of the beast. See that? So the three holy children would have bowed down to Nebuchadnezzar. They would have surely been put to death, man. But the Lord gave them the wherewithal and the what I want to say, strength to resist this man's advances. And we're going to need Yahweh Shah's strength to resist Esau's advances in this time, man. Okay? Revelations chapter 14 and verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You see that? So yeah, you're going to be had in derision, trodden underfoot, and ultimately you're going to be part of America, that lake of fire, man. Burn the hell up. You see? Well, if you take this man see help, you're going to surely die, man. And all roads lead to the MOTB, which is that micro C hip. So I pray this been edifying. Only of all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders, great millstone. Lord willing, coming next you with another lesson. Till the next time I say, Shalom. Hey, pray that the Lord lead us not into temptation, man. Because it's coming. Shalom.